Alright, so my blood sugar is 208. I haven't been able to sleep yet, but if you saw yesterday's video, 208 is a hell of a lot better than what it was at the end of yesterday's video. Having said that, I still feel, how do I put this? I got used to having high blood sugar for at least a couple weeks, and now I feel as if I need to eat a little bit more to raise my blood sugar up. So I just need to make it through tonight, continue taking my medicine with my meals, and I should be good. You know, I've noticed I've done a lot of complaining in my videos. I'm trying to be positive. I really am.
One eternity later.
So, I finally saw No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home. I liked it. I didn't think I would. Or I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, but hiccups. I actually loved it. I like what they did with all the characters. Having said that, there's still a lot that I need to catch up on for movies and TV shows. I need to actually start watching all of the Marvel TV shows. One of them being Daredevil. I really need to catch up on Daredevil. I haven't seen one episode of it.
Eventually.
You know, I was thinking about something. I decided, to take a little bit of time today just to think about stuff. And, I've come to the conclusion, just based off of what I've seen, people, at least the people I've spoken with, most of them are unwilling to talk about things, just for the fear of disagreement about everything. Now, disagreement is not a bad thing. One thing I have noticed is that a lot of people are unwilling to talk, unwilling to accept other points of view, and accept people being, I don't know, what's the word? Blunt, straightforward, whatever you want to call it. People get offended at me just for certain things. I tend to keep my mouth shut because of it. So, I figure if somebody wants to talk to me, they're going to talk to me regardless of, whatever I have to say. I'm more than willing to talk things out. I am more than willing to listen. I am more than willing to communicate, but that's the thing. If you tell me something, back it up. If you tell me something, tell me why you told me, and tell me what you think makes that true, or what you think applies to the situation. Bluntness and honesty are nothing without communication. And that is why I don't talk to people, is because a lot of the people that I have spoken with in the past are unwilling to communicate. I'm not saying everyone is like that, but if people say that they're offended by anything that I say and they choose to walk away, that's on them. But if somebody chooses to tell me I'm wrong about something, and then not listen to what I have to say, and then not give anything to back up their statement about why I am wrong or why they think that, then I'm not going to listen to what they have to say, because what they have to say isn't worth it for them. And what I mean by it isn't worth it for them is, if it were worth it for them, they would have been willing to explain their point of view when I asked. I'll give you an example. One of the people, and I'm only using this as an example. I'm not complaining about this, even though it sounds like it to some people. I am not complaining about this. One of the places I used to work, I was a cashier at this place. I'm almost 100% certain I've told this story before. But I was a cashier. There were 3 people that I knew that worked there that had the same name. One of them was what the people in charge of the cashiers called a floater, which means they went around relieving people of breaks. And at least one of the other ones was another cashier, if not both of the other ones. So I want to say all three of them were cashiers, but I'm not 100% sure. Other than the floater coming to relieve me for my breaks, I had no interaction with any of those three people. And the only interaction I had with the floater is them saying, go on break, and me saying, do you want me to just shut off my light and, for the register and go, or do you want to take over for me? That's the only interaction that I had with this person. The other two, no interaction. Somehow, one of the three got it in their mind that I was hitting on them. And instead of coming to me and confronting me about it, they went to HR. They went to Human Resources and wasted my time. They wasted the company's time. It was in the middle of when everybody was getting off work, and I was a cashier, and I got pulled away from the cash registers in the middle of a rush and sat there for like half an hour explaining, I have no communication with any of those three people outside of me asking one of them, do you want me to shut my light off for break, or do you want to take over? I was able to tell HR the truth, but it was still a waste of time. And seeing as I don't know which of the three people with that same name that it was, seeing as I don't know which one of those three it was, I lost respect for all three of them. One person, just because they were unwilling to communicate. One person ruined it for three people for me. When I was there to work. I was not there to talk. I was not there to pick up a date. I was there to work. I went there, punched in for my shift, punched out for lunch, and then punched out at the end of my shift. That's it. No talking with people outside of what I had to. I'm a person that says I don't like small talk. For me, that is because of stuff like this happening. I am a person that keeps to myself because people don't find it important enough to come to me if they have a problem with me. Instead, they just go behind my back and are sneaky little assholes. So I guess the whole point of this story, treat people with respect, tell them the truth, and just be a decent person. Being a decent person and not a backstabbing asshole will get you pretty damn far in this world.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
So I just got done editing everything that you guys just saw. Alright? Before I end the video, which, if you made it this far, I am grateful. But before I end the video, I would like to say that that whole rant, that whole story, was not me complaining. That whole whatever you want to call it, that whole everything, was just me explaining my experiences and trying to relate my experiences to what I was saying. I am a neutral person when it comes to whether I have respect for people or not, until you prove one way or the other. Respect for me is not just handed out. Respect is earned. And I guess that story that I just got done telling is just kind of a long-winded attempt to try and explain that. And also a way to explain, be careful who you talk to. I don't mind talking with people. If I had to do small talk, I wouldn't actually mind doing it. Small talk is a good way for me to gauge whether or not somebody is worth talking to. Having said that, I know I'm not the best at communication. So all I ask is that if you do communicate, just give me a chance to explain myself, give me a chance to talk, and feel free to ask questions and tell me things. I don't mind honesty from people. Like I said, I don't mind honesty. It's not the honesty that I have an issue with. It's not you explaining what you think or what you believe. It's how you go about telling me and what you do behind my back. If you have an issue with me, not only do I want you telling me to my face what that issue is, but I also want an explanation as to why you have that issue. Communication is a two-way street. Both sides need to talk, and both sides need to pay attention to what the other person has to say. Both people need to put in all the effort in order to communicate. And that's the problem that I have. Here's the complaint. People are not willing to communicate. And I'm not saying that about everybody, but I am saying that about a lot of people. If you agree with me, feel free to let me know down below. If you disagree with me, feel free to let me know why. I might change my point of view based off of your comments if you let me know one way or the other and make it convincing enough and are willing to communicate. If you made it this far, give me a like, subscribe if you haven't, hit that bell notification, and I do look forward to seeing all of you in the next video.